All right, welcome to another edition of the Bloomers podcast. My name is Amr, and today what you're about to see is I was invited to speak at a mental health panel by the Alberta Children's Hospital Foundation Youth Council. So it's basically a group of students, high school and also post-secondary. They just like to focus on breaking the stigmas around mental health and whatnot. This is my first time ever doing anything talking in front of a group of people, and you'll see that I was really nervous. I was stuttering a lot, which is a problem that I have. But in the end, I really enjoyed it. It was a great opportunity for me to be in that space, but also for the people who attended, and for you now watching, it's great to start to break these stigmas, these stupid stigmas we have around not being sorry, not being able to express yourself. I talked about 3 ways you can manage stress. It was mostly final exam themed, but these can basically apply anywhere. But yeah, I hope you enjoy. Thank you. All right. Thank you guys so much for having me. My name is Amr. I host a podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, all this stuff. It's mental health and self-help focused. I don't have any, I'm not a pro at any of this stuff. This is kind of just like my own thoughts. I don't have any work or experience to look back on and make my opinions from. It's kind of just what I think and what I believe to be good ways to handle and tackle problems in life. I just want to say before I start, I am recovering from a throat viral infection. So if I cough or anything, please forgive me. It's been a battle with symptoms all the last week, but I'm slowly starting to recover, focusing on the good. But yeah, thank you guys for having me. So I'll just get started here. I have 3 things that I want to talk about today. The first one is really basic. The second one kind of gets a bit deep, and then the third one is pretty deep. So just put on your seatbelt and let's ride with me. But okay, so the first thing I want to talk about, something that I personally abandon when it comes to final exams and just school in general, when I get really stressed, is being active, weightlifting, running, walking. It's really, really important. So one of the you call it the forefather of modern medicine. Sorry, this guy, his name is Ibn Sina. Sorry, he thought that or he said in one of his books that we get rid of wastes through breathing, through sweating, through going to number 1 and 2, the washroom. But he said that those ways of getting rid of waste aren't enough, and the 5th one is getting some activity, being active, running, walking. There's a different level of waste that we have to get rid of. So that's the way we can get rid of it. And he's like, oh, we have to elevate our how when you're fighting an infection, you get a fever. It's kind of the same thing when you exercise. Your body gets hot, sweat a lot, but the exercise itself is what helps you get rid of that waste that's in your body, that toxin. And to me, that's stress. So when I go to the gym, it's more of the toxin I'm trying to get rid of is the stress, and it's just all I'm focused on is trying to get this heavy weight off of me, or trying to finish the last 2 minutes of this run on the the stair climber or whatever. So I think that's a really effective tool. And it's again, it might not be for everyone, but I really dare you to try it. It's easy to be lazy, it's hard to be proactive. Really, I get it. But it's a really good habit. And if you're thinking how do I start this? There's a guy named James Clear. He's an author. And he wrote one of his books about this tool we can use called habit stacking. And basically what it is you do it every day, or you should. Before you go to sleep, you brush your teeth and you floss maybe. That's an example of habit stacking. So for me, I don't park on campus, but I park near campus, and at that place there is a gym. So my routine, at least three of the 5 working days, is park my car, go to the gym, then go to my classes at 11-ish, So yeah, that's an example of habit stacking. And within that, there's also like, oh, I wanted to start doing cardio because I noticed I was gaining weight and I wanted to lose it. So now at the start of my workouts, I stack the habit of going on the treadmill and using an incline, along with the weightlifting that I do. So yeah, it's really an interesting thing, and you can try it out. Because yeah, you already do habit stacking in your day. You can think about some example. I'm sure there's something you do, but yeah, it doesn't always have to be a gym. Something is most of the time better than nothing. You can run outside. You could just do push-ups or sit-ups, just anything to like get those endorphins going. And maybe you know you're at school and you want to walk up the stairs to the top floor of the building to study. That's a great one. The great one too. Your bag is really heavy. It'll get you panting, get you sweaty. That's great. I really think for me, it's just like the best thing in the world to just lift weights and walk and run. I don't know. That's just me. That's my advice. That's one of the things you can do here. Okay. The next thing I have. All right. So I want to tell you a little story. Yesterday, my symptoms got really, really bad. This like throat infection that I had was really bad. Today it's been getting better. I had what I can only describe as like a panic attack or like an anxiety attack, just because I've been so behind on school, and I had to do this today as well. So I was stressing, but I was like just really anxious. And I started crying. I started, I was just freaking out. And then I actually got my mom. My mom was luckily at home. She just sat with me, and we were just talking. I was really unstable, but we were just talking. And that's my point here, is talking. After I talked with my mom, it's just like everything felt clear, it felt better. And I mean, that's why they call Bell Let's Talk Day. Like, talking is just like the theme of my podcast was like, for me, I've just seen talking as this really effective tool of just getting everything out of your head. Because can you imagine? It's just so unhealthy. Because like your head is the only place that you will ever be that no one else can ever be in. It's kind of crazy to actually cross, but it's just not healthy to keep everything inside. And we need to find a person to confide in, or a lot of us don't have people that we can trust like that, which is okay. There's other options, like there's a stress line at school that you can call, as well as this is really fun. I love doing this, is writing in a journal. Of one where if I'm ever feeling anxious or anything, I write in that journal. And it's just the most, like, I can't even describe it. You just have to do it. It's like it just clears everything up. And it's beautiful. And I really recommend that next time you're feeling super anxious, if you are lucky enough to have a person that you trust, who's a a reliable person. Maybe you love that person, maybe they love you. If you have a person like that, you could talk to, that's a great option. And it brings you close to the other person too. It's great for bonding. But if you don't have that, it's totally okay. Journal writing, I love it. It's awesome. The pen is literally power. And the third thing I want to talk about, my last thing here, is we need to take a step back sometimes and just think like what is this all for? And what I mean by that is, like, what do we really want? Now, I'm going to tell you a little mini story from a book that I heard. It might be a bit morbid to some people, but I promise it's awesome. It'll get you thinking. So Stephen R. Covey, he wrote a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's a great book. And then in the second chapter, he has this, the second chapter is called To Begin with the End in Mind. So this is what it's about. All right. This is one of the things he said. So someone has died, and you're going to you're going to a church or a mosque or wherever to give them praise for, their life and whatever, so, you're walking in, people walking in, people are crying, you feel that sort of shared sense of loss goes on. I'm sure we've all been we've all experienced this. You eventually go to the casket. All right. And when it's your turn to, see the body, it's you. You're in the casket, and you're attending your own fu- funeral. Sorry. Yeah. So it's you. You're dead. He says it's so nice. He's like, there's four speakers. One is someone from your family. One is a friend. One is someone you've worked with in a wherever, and another person is someone like a stranger that you helped. He says this: "What would you like them to say about you?" And I just want you to think about that. What would you like people to say about you after you die? Think about it for like 5 seconds. Okay, so the response you probably had, I just want you to think about your response. What you said probably does not include stuff like fame, like things like money, uh, and those things that we think we really want in life, or like that we might aspire to in school. What people will probably say about you when you're dead is they'll talk about how many people you helped, the contributions you made in society. They're not going to talk about this money and fame and all these things. It's just going to be about you, how you helped people. And when I came to that realization, when I was reading this book, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, this is awesome. And like, we stress over school so much when like the things that, because you can help people. You don't have to like. Sorry, oh my god, I'm getting too excited. Like, you can help people through your job, right? Like, that is something that you can do. But you can also help people just like by being you, and just without getting your job or whatever, Like, we stress so much over like these final exams and things, and because at the end we want to get a job, we want to have a career, which is awesome. And I'm not saying we shouldn't aspire to those goals, but at the same time, like, we can also achieve what we really want, which is to help people and to be happy and to make the world a better, brighter place without all these other things like money and fame and all this stuff. We just rely on other people. Like we live for ourselves a lot, largely. But we also live for other people. Um, and for me personally, yeah, it would be, I want to be remembered as someone who helped people, and someone who tried to make the world a brighter place. Um, but yeah, um, in the end, I just want to say, life is stressful, and it will continue to be that way. Life is painful, but there's also a lot of beauty in it, and it's great. And we should continue to aspire to our goals, and try to achieve what we can achieve, and set realistic goals, and be good. Um, and yeah, just continue to try and make the world a better place. I know it's super cliche, but it's like that's really what life's all about to me. Without other people, I don't really know what life would be like. Life would be pretty sad. But yeah, um, thank you guys so much for having me, and yeah, I hope you could take something good away from this.